Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest Ball Tutorials. I'm CZ, and in this video we're going to go up against the new Hokora Ruler that is going to be Lagonne. So for this particular Hokora Ruler, like I mentioned in a previous video, this character is going to be weak to both Boggy and Dane, but is not going to be the only enemy featured in this Hokora. So the other enemy is going to be one we've seen in the past, which is going to be the King Lizard. So that one is going to be mainly weak to Mera and Boggy. So Boggy is going to be the common denominator here. So here I'm actually going to have a team that's going to be separated into both Boggy and also Mera attributes. So over here, this is going to be an Archmage equipped with the Dragon God King staff. So here going to do Mera breath damage to the enemy. So this can actually do quite a bit of damage, especially with this equipped on an Archmage. I can actually get some force breaks, so being able to lower the resistance of the enemy's resistance to Mera. So that's actually going to be quite good, especially for the King Lizard. Then over here, this is going to be the High Priest equipped with Goddess Celsius staff. So I actually have gotten this particular staff. I haven't done a weapon breakdown on it just yet, but I will do that quite soon. But this weapon actually is very good, well, mainly used for healing, but also going to have some very nice buffs in terms of keeping your characters alive and also protecting them as well. Then over here, again, going to have the God Eater Greatsword, so going to be equipped on a God Hand with this. So with the soul breakdown with this particular character, they're going to be mainly doing boggy damage, so going to be able to do some pretty nasty damage to both the enemies at the same time. So if things actually do go well, I could be able to take the enemies out in the first turn. We'll see what happens with this particular battle. But then over here, this is going to be a ranger equipped with the latest weapon, so that is going to be the banner of the white hero. So mainly in the beginning with this particular battle, since I have a ninja here, I'm going to actually be using Fubaha because they're going to be using a lot of breath damage between the two enemies, so that's going to be my main focus there. Then if the battle still continues on, then I will start using attacks with this particular weapon, mainly probably going to be the murder-based ability that does damage to all enemies. So if you want to know more about this team, you can look down in the video description down below. But now I want to actually go over the abilities of this new Hokora Ruler. So going to be right over here. So here, this is going to be Lagonne. So with Lagonne is going to be a beast type enemy, going to have around 295,000 HP, 2 to 3 actions per turn, weaknesses Boggy and Dane. So its main ability is going to be Kyoji no Toiki, which is going to be Mad Beast Breath. This does around 230 breath damage to all enemies with a chance to inflict Terrified, lowered breath resistance by 1 rank, and lowers tension level by 1 level. After that, it's going to have a Beggy Dragon, which is going to do around 300 Gira spell damage to all characters. Then after that, it's going to have a Jaku Natsume, which is going to be Evil Claws. This does around 300 damage twice to one character with a chance to cause instant death. After that, going to have Kagayaku Iki, which is going to be Shining Breath. This does around 400 Shadow Breath damage to all characters. After that, gonna have a Medapani Ma, which is going to inflict confusion on all characters. Going to have a Merizoma, which does around 400 Mera spell damage to one character. Going to have Manusa, which inflicts illusion on a character, and also, or all characters, I should say. Then also going to have a Divine Spell, which is going to lower the spell resistance of all characters by 1 rank. After that, we're going to have the King Lizard. So the King Lizard is going to be a dragon type enemy, going to have around 255,000 HP, going to have about 2 to 3 actions per turn. Going to have weaknesses to Mera and Boggy. So its main ability, one of its strongest abilities, is going to be Stemmy. So Stemmy again raises attack power by 2 ranks, but also lowers weapon and physical technique resistance. Then it's also going to have a Sumid de Hageshiku Kirisaita, which is going to be Violent Claw Slash. This does around 200 physical damage 4 times to random characters. It's going to have Kogoeru Fubiki, which is going to be the Ice Storm, which does around 400 Shadow Breath damage to all party members. Going to have a Nakiharai, which is a Cleave, that does around 400 physical damage to all characters with the chance of knocking them down. Also going to have a Dengoku no Kakyu, which is going to be Purgatory Fireball. So this is going to do about 300 Mera Breath damage to all characters. Going to have a Moi Sakaru N, which is going to be Burning Flames. This does around 300 Mera Breath damage to all characters, and also going to have a regular attack that does around 400 damage to one character. Then besides that, here for my notes, I'm going to have a few things. So first, you want to try to use sudden activation protective shields to protect against Terrified and Confusion. You want to use Stand Firm if you do not have any limitations to your support skills, like right at the beginning of the battle. You want to use focus abilities in order to not miss attacks. You want to use attacks that can inflict illusion or lessen enemy attack power. Use Fubaha to lower breath damage taken from enemies. Have your characters equipped with souls that give them high agility. And of course, you want to equip weapons, gear, and souls that give you damage and resistance to beast type enemies. So with this particular battle, in a good battle, I can actually finish this in the first turn, but most likely I think this could probably end the second or third turn. We'll see what happens here, but here we go. Okay, so here we go with this battle. So hopefully things actually do go well. So one thing about this battle is this is actually going to be a battle where I can only use one support skill. So that's actually most likely going to be using Fubaha to actually protect my characters. So here, going to go ahead and use Fubaha. So that's going to be it for the support skills that I can use. So if I go here, you can see that I can't use anything else. So here, just going to go ahead and attack. Okay, but for the next turn, I will definitely have a God Chain, so we'll be able to do some pretty good damage. We'll see what happens. So here, going to go ahead and heal up. So this does pretty good healing. And here, got an Echo, so that actually works out quite well. So here goes my God Chain. Okay, so that did some pretty nasty damage, especially to Lagonne. Then here, Glorious Flag. So there, Lagonne is actually gone. And there goes the King Lizard. Okay, so this battle's over 34,386 XP. So Lagonne is a blue soul, and here I got a D. Okay, so that was my battle against the new Hokora Ruler Lagonne. So that is actually going to be the one where you can only use one support skill. So in this case, I chose to actually use Fubaha, which was probably the best choice in this case. So I was actually able to take less damage from the attacks of breath attacks of the enemy. So that's going to be mainly, most of their abilities are going to be breath attacks, so that is going to be the right choice to go there. But I was actually able to get a god chain to do some very nasty damage to both the enemies, and then also being able to lower the Mera resistance of of both enemies. That actually helped with doing damage with both my Archmage and also with my Ninja, who at the end was able to take out both Lagonne and also the King Lizard. So things actually did work out well, dividing up the attributes between Doggy and Mera in this particular battle. So with that said, I now want to actually, let's see, I actually do not have the S grade soul of this particular enemy, but I still want to actually go ahead and break down what the S soul would be like right over here. So here with Lagonne, so here's the A grade soul, but here I actually will go over the stats for the S grade. So this is going to be a blue soul, so going to cost 138 soul costs. So in terms of its basic stats, so usually blue souls, you're going to have the main stats being your max HP, your strength, your agility, and also your dexterity as well. So in terms of the S grade version of this particular soul, it's going to be 141 to your max HP, 115 to your strength, 88 for durability, so that's actually pretty good. Then 113 for your agility and 107 for your dexterity, so this is actually not so bad. Then in terms of the abilities, the first one you're going to have is going to be plus 5% to weapon and physical technique skill damage. Then after that, you're going to have plus 12% to Zaba weapon and physical technique skill damage, or physical damage. So that actually is going to be pretty good, because we don't actually see that many Zaba type souls out there. But then we're also going to get plus 5% resistance to being blown away, so Fukitobashi. So that's actually going to be pretty good there. So I'll probably eventually get the S grade soul eventually. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Most likely the next video is going to be on the updates for October 16th, which is going to feature the latest Mega Monster. So that is going to be the return of Las Versa. So please stay tuned for that. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.